One of a working mom's most crucial tools is time. We never seem to have enough of it, and throughout the week especially, this particular resource seems constantly in short supply. My solution is to try and find ways to combine two tasks into one, so that I'm spending nearly the same amount of time, yet I've gotten two things done, and at the end of the day, I have more time to run around with the little ones, hang out with my husband, or do something else around the house. This works particularly well in meal prep, and for my schedule, I like to try and get this done before I start work in the morning. The kids are asleep, the house is quiet, and I can enjoy the process of putting the meal together and getting ready for work. So I'll walk you through what this workflow looks like for me today. I am waking up just about 10 minutes earlier than I normally would, and I will put together some of the components for a chicken and wild rice soup that I'm making later tonight. The first thing I do when I wake up is run into the kitchen, take the chicken out of the fridge to come to room temperature, and preheat the oven to 425. While that's working, I run and get dressed, and then come back and start prepping the chicken for the oven. It is very important to remember to take paper towels and try to just get out as much moisture as possible. I usually like to gently squeeze it and remove as much water as you can, because then the seasoning seems to stick to it better and the skin is nice and crispy, which is of course what we want. The great thing about roasting a chicken in the morning is that it can be used for so many different recipes. I'm using it in a soup today, but you can have this ready to go for anything from tacos to tortillas to soup to sandwiches to salad. So many items can benefit from a deliciously roasted chicken. And the other upside to this is that after it cools and you store it in the fridge, when you are ready to take it apart at the end of the day and use it in your meal, the chicken isn't burning your hands. Let me tell you, if you've ever tried to pull chicken out of the oven and immediately start taking it apart, you will be very, very sad. On both sides, I will use salt, pepper, garlic, and Italian seasoning. And because I'm blind, I tend to do this by taking my time and feeling to make sure that the seasoning has gotten all over that bird. I am telling you, taking a few extra seconds to make sure the seasoning is all over the chicken is incredibly worth it. So then I will get this into the oven and then turn to the next thing on my list for getting ready for work, which, crucially, is coffee. Set timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
Coffee. Oh my gosh. The day has officially started. While the chicken is still cooking, I take my coffee and do my skincare for the morning. Skincare for me is non-negotiable. It's just something that I never skip, and it always feels fantastic because just like with seasoning the chicken, I take a few extra seconds to massage my skin, and it just feels incredible. Most of the products that I use are by Prequel, and this video isn't sponsored by them, but I just wanted to give them a shout out because I have found them to be really great for my rosacea. And I did a lot of research to try to figure out what would work, and it's never really an easy process. So if you are suffering from that, I wanted to share. I do use a hair oil to help with frizz, but I got it at a salon last year and I haven't been particularly impressed, so I have no idea what this brand is called and I can't read the bottle, so we're moving on. Come on, doggies. Come on. Good morning. Good morning. Forward. Come on. Come on, Jess. Come on, buddy. The next crucial part to all of this is breakfast. Because if I don't eat breakfast in the morning, I am a terrible person and everyone around me is sad. So, I love to make a very simple breakfast, but it is so good. I'm telling you guys, it does something to your eggs, and I'm actually really excited to be able to try this out in making egg bites. I want to try to do some high protein meal prep here coming up, and I like to play with those recipes and rotate them a little bit, but I want to be able to use this method in making some egg bite muffins because they are so, so good. And I've always wanted to make them at home. And I think because of the consistency of this breakfast, it would be fantastic in the egg bites. And so what I do is I just make some eggs. I whip them up and then I add cottage cheese. And oh, it is just absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you guys can see this footage or not. I'm trying my best over here, I swear. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I just don't know. I'm sorry. I need a film crew. Okay, so I just whisk the eggs and then I add in some cottage cheese. About, I don't know, half a cup to a cup, roughly. It's not precise. Love it. This cottage cheese is so good. And I always make sure to get the 4% cottage cheese or the full fat cottage cheese. I just despise the wateriness of low fat cottage cheese. Have you guys ever had that? I think it is horrible. Anyway, so all you do is mix this in. Can you see it? And it just ends up looking like this, just like raw eggs and cheese. And then we just add a few spices and cook it up, and it is fantastic. Then I'll add some raspberries on the side for some fiber and fresh fruit, and oh, it just makes my morning. And this is so creamy and awesome. I washed out this bowl, and I will just line it up with my this fork out of here. Okay. Line it up with the bowl. Boom. This is so creamy and delicious. And I will let that cool down. And I have my beautiful breakfast. Look at that chicken. Oh my gosh, crispy, delicious. Hear that skin? Ah. So now I will let that cool and I can keep chopping my veggies. Okay, so I had to zoom through the last part of that. I am very late to work now because it might shock you to know how much time it takes to try to adjust the camera and hope that you are capturing footage correctly when you cannot see. So here are the veggies. I chopped them, my celery, onions, and carrots, covered them in plastic wrap and put them in a pie plate, which I will keep in the fridge. I will also put the chicken probably in a gallon freezer bag and just pop that in the fridge as well. And then later tonight when I make the soup, I can assemble the components and make it incredibly easy to put the soup together. And when my husband is at work and the kids are literally climbing the walls, I will be able to still have a home-cooked meal that I prepped in the morning. And even though I'm running late, that's okay because the premise remains the same, that I was able to put the meal prep into the routine that I was already doing. And so you just have to be a bit flexible and move between getting ready for work and prepping the food and going back to getting ready and prepping the food. And I've just been able to do this over time with a little bit of practice, but for me, it has worked really well and takes away a lot of the stress of the afternoon. So, did she just go in the video?
Just the back of her.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, that's it. The kids are running around. Things are crazy. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.